So going to document this. I just finished training delts. And I've been in the process of trying to write this drawing out. I really want to map out the rest of this year. It's something that I've been talking about doing, but I gotta map it out so that I'm able to include as many people along the way. So it has to be clear. So I started mapping out the dates. I left my, what are they? I left my calendars. There were calendars that I had printed out. I had all the dates on it. So most of the dates I actually remember. But right now, I wanted to get this thing done before I got up out of here. So we'll do with what we got. So basically what we have first off, when I map my stuff out, is we got between now and the year, we had September, we got October, November, December. The first thing I like to do when I go through each month, I'm planning out for a time period. See, I was planning out for a prep, or right now just planning out for the rest of the year. I want to go through each month and see what variables are there that are constants, things that I have to really need to consider, so I can see how my training flow will, if it will impact my training flow, or more so my nutritional adjustments, any nutritional adjustments. So month of September, there is nothing. This month, as I wrote down, is about the ramp up. That's all I'm focusing on right now. What I mean by that, I mean momentum. Just momentum activity, just being consistent, just getting in my meals, just doing my training, challenging myself in my workouts, just living lifestyle at an efficient way, manage my rest, manage any injuries, keep the joints healthy, do my muscle work, but keep picking up pace, basically. So that will go from 9-1 through to 10-7. That's a span. And it goes into October, and that's fine, because October is the birthday month. And going into my 40th year, I want it to be a clear statement. Oh, that's right. One thing I want to do in this time period here is blood work prior to the birthday to get that stamp. That's what I have written here. Blood, okay, makes more sense. So now we are here in September. That's the focal point here. That's the objective. Cool. There's no dates to factor in. There's nothing to worry about. Number one's birthday is on the 27th. Not worried about that. Matter of fact, let me consider that. What would that look like? 27th is a Wednesday. That's great. 9/27 is my firstborn's birthday. That's a Wednesday. I have no issue eating off my diet on a Wednesday or having a spike. Because normally Wednesday may be a high day anyway in how I have my diet set up. So that is a non-factor in my head. If I want to have pizza, I'll have pizza. If I want to have cake, I'll have cake. But I'll be in a good rhythm because of the momentum I'm building up. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 3.5 weeks out. That's inconsequential. One little blip. If everything else is on point, good to go. So then October, we have from 10/8 is the birthday. That's a Sunday. That's gonna be the day I do all my measurements. I'm gonna do my measurements, photos, body fat percentage, all of that jazz, basically getting a hard stamp as to where I am. I normally do that the very first weekend of the month, so technically that would have been the weekend before that. But for this time period, I'm gonna do it here. And in the month of October, there are no other variables that I have to factor in. Because this is a Sunday, I'm going to eat off on that day. Whatever I choose to do, I'll do. I have no idea. I don't have anything pre-planned per se. So I'll let it be what it's going to be. But by that Monday the 9th, I'm back into this rhythm and really leveling up in my food. So a shift here would be, I am playing with, I probably will, just to do it alone. If I choose to do it with some other people, probably will. But those who choose to set off with me at this point in time, so that I probably set my food up as perfectly as I know how, so that it could be a representation for others to be able to follow, so they can see what it actually looks like with the numbers being done and actually adhering to the meal plan and the scheduled times and whatnot. So here, my nutrition is gonna go up in quality and execution. I'm not gonna speak on exactly how many meals or the ratios just yet. There's no point going that deep just yet. But knowing that my nutrition is gonna go up in quality, so I'm gonna be more prep phase in regards to the thermic effect of all the food, really keeping things as clean as possible. That's fine. That'd be quote unquote fun to do just for documentation purposes. That's only changed in October. So now we're going to November. In November, there are more dates in November because it's November. First date to consider is 11/9. That's my wife's birthday. So there, that falls on a Thursday. Again, a Wednesday, Thursday, no big deal. I can have a spike on that day. I can choose, I can allow myself to have whatever, because I don't like technically, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday are okay. I prefer Wednesday, Thursday. If I had to pick 2 days, my best day is Wednesday. If I'm gonna have a high day or a spike or some type of cheat, Wednesday is the best day for me to have it, given that me doing my numbers on Sunday and checking in on my body at that point in time, because it gives my body time to flush out whatever junk I had put in. So Thursday, still not that bad. Yeah, I still have Friday and Saturday to be really, really on point, and then Sunday hit my numbers and measurements. So again, her birthday's on a Thursday, no biggie. But if it happened to be on a Friday or Saturday, I'll probably still enjoy something, or I'll just save it for later. I really make that call on it, depending on where I am. But that's not the case, so I have to think about it. So then we move on. The next date we have is 11/24. Any anniversary there, but it also falls right there in line with Thanksgiving, which is the 23rd. And that'll be grouped together, no big deal. Nothing overly special needs to be done per se. I'll already be in a great rhythm at that point in time. But the only significant date that's not on the board yet is 11/22. I believe that right there is 40 days. That I believe is the 40-day mark, 40 days out from the new year. So it'd be my 40th, it's my 40th birthday. I'm at 40, I want to see 40 days out. I want to really, really, really go from the ramp up to the leveling up to the showing out, like really, really, really showing out for that final push. So you go from like gear 1 to gear 2 to gear 3, or you can say gear 3 to gear 4 to gear 5, and boom, really, really rocking out. Be honest, this is more of a gear 3 thing right here. Yeah. So 3, 4, 5, and beyond, and we start torching it. But the reason why this is significant is 11/25 of 22 through 11/25 of 23 marks what it'll be a year. It's a year from when I stopped doing cardio. I haven't been on the stairs, any form of cardio as I've been doing for several years, decades actually. And that's been kind of cool, because I got to a point where I really do believe that our metabolism is a muscle, and I began to really work on flexing it and making it as strong as possible. And in the quest of doing that, it got really, really, really freaking strong. And I got to the point where I couldn't eat enough calories, which is a good problem. I felt my blood sugar kept dropping, and I just really kept burning through. I was leaning out much faster than I anticipated in some regards. So I had to keep my food up, and that became a real chore when life is just busy. So I actually had to cut out my cardio eventually at 11/25 after I came back from vacation, right after anniversary. I was doing cardio, and I was like, let me see a couple days turned into a couple weeks. And then next thing you know, I'm like, let me see how long I can ride this metabolism for real. And all year, it's been zero cardio, which is really cool. To see the power of my nutrition, to see the power of my metabolism, the power of my lifestyle, and how that really does dictate and drives this vehicle. I say vehicle because sometimes you're on the road, sometimes you're on sea, sometimes you're in the air, but this vehicle is able to drive on all these different terrains just by me doing mindful things with my food and with my lifestyle. It's really kind of cool to feel like to actually be behind the driver's seat, behind the steering wheel, of this vehicle. But that will be the point in time, 11:20, that window after 11:25, I will begin cardio again. Just because I wanted a year, that's what I said. If I can get a year, I want a year. But a part of me I am curious as to the physicality that I will bring to whatever I do from a cardiovascular standpoint, because my cardiovascular strength has really improved significantly. And I'm grateful for that, so grateful, because I remember being on inhalers. So those are the main dates there in November. So what that really means is nothing new. Nothing I didn't know, because between here and here, December, what do we have? In December, G's birthday. His birthday is, I'm telling you, this is the year. 12/6/23. This is 4th. My knee. Ugh. Let's get a squat on. It's the 4th. So it's the 4th. But guess what day that's on? It's a Wednesday. Boom shakalaka. Again, that's an easy day to adjust for. Nothing fancy needs to be done. Let's keep it simple. And then from there, we go through. And yeah, we finish out on a 31st. We take it down to 12/31. That following Monday is New Year's. And that's it. But then the following week prior to, of course, we have Christmas. But when does Christmas fall on? Christmas falls on, it's a Monday. It's even better, because I'm coming off of, the weekend is still gonna be on point. Yeah, New Year's Eve, 12/24, Sunday. If I eat off on that day, it's not a big deal. It's Sunday. I'm setting off on Monday, that's 25, so 12/25 is a Monday. So there's no reason not to be perfect from the 17th through to the 23rd. Enjoy something on Christmas Eve party, Christmas Day, and keep rocking. Honestly, the dates fall, in my opinion, the best they can possibly fall in most scenarios in regards to staying in the rhythm. Because when those holidays fall on like a Friday or a Saturday, it's much harder to recoup, especially when I do my numbers on Sunday. But every one of these dates, with this structure, the structure that I have and use, I can't ask for much better. Where did the eraser go? So all this means here, all the dates are considered, everything works out. There's nothing crazy that's like, oh my goodness, throwing me off. So then, the actual work is very, very straightforward. And this is the part. Boom. So then, we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Boom. We're about to do this, huh? All right, let's see how this goes. So in here, well, Mondays, the setup for the week, strength training wise, is as of right now. This may change, but as of right now, Sunday's a rest day, rest and recover. Monday is back, tries. Tuesdays, rest and recover. I also want to go to the Cairo and see my sister. Wednesday, legs. Thursday, rest, recover. Friday is chest, eyes. Saturday is delts. And then it cycles back again. Rest, recover, measurements. That's the 7-day week right there when it comes to training. Nothing fancy. Doesn't matter what's going on in life. That's just what it is. So I think of Monday not as Monday. I think of Monday as back and triceps. I can tell what day of the week it is by what I train. Everything stays the same. Nothing's changing. This is just the cadence for the work. So therefore, every Monday, the following Monday, I'm able to compare my previous Monday to my previous Monday, and my job is to beat this version of me. Now, my next time I rest, recover, am I better in my recovery today than I was last week? You want to train legs? I know what I did. I know how I did it. I know how hard I pushed. Did I beat this version of myself this next week? And so on and so forth. And each week, it just becomes this version of competing against yourself. Week after week after week, month after month, year after year. And as you continue to do that, you can really, really lock in on that 1% improvement on self. And it becomes so much more fun because you're not worried about anybody else but you. Because the only person you're really showing up to be or to prove or to do whatever is the previous version of you. Anyway, so that's a training breakdown right there. That's a split. Now, these days may change. I may get to the point where my leg training gets much more intense, and I need to put that on a weekend, like a Saturday or a Sunday, or possibly a Friday, depending on my work schedule. So just something where I can get more rest afterwards. But I like having legs on a Wednesday right now because it allows my legs to be healed by Friday, Saturday. So it allows me to play with the boys because they're older now. And when I used to train legs, if I was training legs on Saturday, I wouldn't oftentimes run or play as hard with the boys on Friday because I'm being mindful. We're at the soccer field. I'm not pushing as hard. I have to get up the next morning and train legs on Saturday. So it gave me a little more freedom training on Wednesday. So I think I'll keep it there as long as I can and then make adjustments if need be. Anyway, so that's training. Next up, we have our nutrition. And say, for example, we're talking September right now. September, October, November, December, this doesn't change. 7 days a week, this is the breakdown. Nutrition in this first month, so however I want to write this, I'm not even sure. Anyway, bare minimum for this month, September, I need 4. Say we kept it across the board. Let me be honest. I feel like I'm lying already. Oh man, come on. I'm gonna say for sure 3. 3 solid protein-based meals. That's more like a breakfast. That's something, breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. Cool. I can commit to that right now. Honestly, I've been enjoying not being so tied to my food. So being really, really strict has not been my strong suit. And it feels good because I've worked a long time being really, really strict for a long freaking time. So it's like I got senioritis right now. Like, I can't. Anyway, but October, for sure, we're going to have to take that to a core 4. Because when I did my last prep, honestly, I had a strong 4 meals the whole time. So we're going to take that up to 4. And based on how I feel and how my body's presenting come November, we may go to 5. I haven't done 6 feedings in quite some time, but it may be 5 or 6 in that time period based upon how well my body is burning and how many more nutrients I may need. My metabolism it's going to get stronger. I'm going to make sure it does. So there's a very good chance I'm going to be burning through food at a faster rate. So I'm open to having to go 5, 6, but I'll cross that bridge if I get to it. So that's food nutrition wise. We're talking cardio for the month of September. 0, zilch, 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 zilch. Oh, that's beautiful. I feel so good to say that. But now for the month of October, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Boom shakalaka. There we go. Now for the month of November, for the most part of the month, it'll be 0. But then, in actuality, once I get into my rhythm, my flow, what would it look like? Let's see the dates. How they break down. Cancel that. So now we're in November. Say it's around the 22nd. So the 25th is that Saturday. So that may be the day I may actually do it that day, or I may not. I may start from the 27th. You know, I'll make a decision based on how I feel as it gets closer. So say we start the week of the 26th. That first week, what would it look like? I will do it on the days which I'm already in the gym training, but I like to have 3. So I'll definitely do it on Monday. It'll be cardio, for sure. But because we back tries, finish that, hit 15 minutes on the stairs. I don't like doing cardio on days I do legs. I won't do it here on the power day because I have to move. So for sure, I'll also do it here. And I guess I'll end up doing it if I'm training here in the morning. I'll do cardio here as well. There's no reason why I can't. That's my 3 right there. So add in those 3. That'll be the first 3 I add in, and we'll start from there. And that'll be that first initial push. Just taking it from my training is what my training is going to be. Then the nutrition is going to level up. This is September. Then this will be October, and then November, December. It may go even higher in the quality of my nutrition, more feedings, whatnot. But then as well in November, we start adding in the cardio. So there's a gradual ramping. But the main catalyst for me has always been my training. That's the thing that locks me into everything else. That makes me eat the food as I should eat it on a regular basis because I got to make sure I recover. That being said, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing right now. Yeah, on the Sundays I do the measurement every time here. So any other pertinent dates? No, during the time period on the first weekend of each month, like usual, I'll do my numbers and measurements. So check in there. There's no reason to change that. And before you know it, it'll be over. And then at the date of 1/1/2024, I and whoever else is rocking will actually be in a place of extremely starting off the year in the best version of themselves, in the most powerful version of themselves, starting off the year leaner, stronger. That's stuff that I will actually factor in as well. Like, honestly, the great thing about this protocols I have in place where it comes prepared, like a holiday cheat sheet, a holiday protocol where I would do days out to prepare my body for the Thanksgiving coming. But even with how the dates are falling, everything is falling in a way so that it works to our advantage regardless. That's really cool. So we just want to ride this wave. Like, it's here. And the other crazy thing is, for my birthday, from 10/8 through to 12/31. That's exactly 12 weeks. I'm like, ooh, that's cool. So it's exactly a 12-week window of time we're working within. You can't ask for better because that timing is a great timing for transformation. So that's more the mental framework of everything that I wanted to work through all this time. And everything maps out. But now that I have a mental framework that I've seen is in my mind better, and now I can continue to build around it as time goes on. And I can also take from this and create a structure for someone else to see so they can see the timetables. And again, adjust for the dates for yourself. Like my birthday is on 11/9. Someone else's birthday for you may be on 11/31. Or Halloween may be really important to you. So therefore, you may make a slight adjustment food-wise, as we'll talk about, to make sure you stay in a good metabolic place going into that. Halloween doesn't mean much to me. So I don't plan for it. It's just another day along the calendar month. So that's about it. I think that's a good start right there.